This your boy T-Pole. This the New Solution Radio podcast show. And if it ain't AGELREEFE and the family, I'ma keep saying it till I get tired. Overstand, leg up. Yo, we back in the building. We got another show. You know what I'm saying? This is Mental Health Awareness Month. I got some people in the building that's gonna talk, you know what I'm saying, for everybody tuning in. We appreciate everybody chiming in. We live and direct on Live 365 Radio. Plus, we on the podcast here. You know what I'm saying? So if you can't catch us on one, you can catch us on the other. You know what I'm saying? I want to introduce my big dog KD. And we got Mr. Riley in the building. He was on last show with Tyler County NAACP. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, fellas? What's going on?
How's it going?
Man, that's
Just
good.
going, same fight, different round.
True story.
Exactly.
So, you know what I'm saying? I've been on this kick of mental health awareness. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, as men, as brothers, and as human beings in the world, you know, we do go through things. And I admit, I can't share a lot of stuff with a lot of people because it's not a lot of trustworthy people out here. Mentally, you don't know what people be having going on, you know what I'm saying? And my kick is, you know, get with somebody that you trust. It's programs out here that you can talk to. I mean, I'm on this kick of, you know, reach out to somebody. You know, that one conversation could save somebody's life. You feel what I'm saying? And you know, I want to get y'all take on that too on this subject tonight.
Well, man,
coming back.
Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead. Well, dealing with black guys and mental illness, we're ashamed to talk about mental illness because it feels like we can't trust nobody. Like bro said earlier, we can't trust nobody with a couple of our secrets. And in order to heal from your mental illness, you got to tell somebody, and they'll help you relate to what you're going through. But like I said, a lot of the times it's just hard to put trust in people to even get help. Cause you know us black brothers, pride is everything with us black brothers. We want to be on top of everything that's going on. But just sometimes it's as black brothers, we got to realize that it's okay to not to be okay sometimes, and just move forward and seek that help.
Right.
Sometimes mental awareness got everything with being aware of your mental state at that time frame. And then when we start to look for the people to try to help us, we try to pick and choose who we need to talk to, because a lot of people use our mental health or awareness to either belittle us or use it as a power tool for themselves, because you're that person, they're that person that you rely on. You know what I mean?
Yep.
To talk to any and everybody. The fam said you got to find somebody you trust, and you have to open up about things, because I think if we hold a lot of stuff in mentally, it builds that stress level in us, and boom, here we go at 45 years old with a stroke. We ain't told nobody nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Correct. Yeah.
You know how to tell the truth set you free?
Yeah.
Sometimes when they say confess to the Lord out loud or confess to the Most High out loud, he ain't telling you to just conversate and pray to him. They probably telling you to go conversate with another God. You a God in his image. So confess.
And you know, in most cases, like you said, like it's a lot of people that's in that age group where you know, you hold so much stuff in to the point where it do bust your heart, have an aneurysm or something like that. And the statistics have shown that aneurysms are high, strokes are high. And if you don't do something, I feel like something has to be done, at least, you know what I'm saying, on the mental side. They have behavioral clinics and different type of programs that you can talk to, but it's not like having that, you know, that real one-on-one. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. That's how I keep hypertension, bro. I got stress-related type 2 hypertension, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it comes from holding a lot of stuff in, being angry all the time, holding it in, and didn't really know how to release it. And when I finally did release it, they say my heartbeat was beating at like 200 and something, and my blood pressure was like over 150 something. So they like, we wondering why you're not having a stroke
Yeah.
because I'm aware of my anger and I'm aware of my short breath. I'm aware of things that's going around me, but it's like a hallucination at that time because of the pressure that it built. So it mentally and psychologically affects you at that time, and you just don't know what to do or who to turn to.
Right. Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
That's how
Right.
I cool it. Blood pressure medicine, all that, holding my anger in,
Yeah. Yeah. It's
dealing
it.
with didn't have to deal with, letting people get away with things, all kind of stuff. And I blame me for it because, I don't want to bring outside home. But when you dealing with people that's from the outside in your home and they think that that's cool and you show a different kind of element of yourself respectfully than what you show outside in the public, because like I say, you don't want to bring that home. They take advantage of that and it'll drive you crazy because, hey, I can't punch this dude in their mouth like that. They part of my people's family or stuff like that. People take advantage of that stuff, man, and try to curb you. That will make you angry if you're a tough dude. That what did it for me as far as my hypertension. But when I finally did release it, it might have been in the wrong way. I stayed in a relationship 2 years just to put my hands on everybody that said they'll do something to me when I got tired of the relationship. So
Mhm.
you deal with certain situations for so long till you pop, and then when you pop, now everybody talking about some you crazy. But y'all been
Right.
hearing about this kind of dude in the streets all that time, and when you finally get him and you see something different, let's try it till we see him. Get away from people like that.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree on that
Yep.
because there's a lot of people that like to poke the bear, so to speak. You know what I'm
You
saying?
know, better get
And
you, man.
it's not right, but recognizing that somebody's doing that. Yeah, I would advise somebody to get gone, get the hell on. You know what I'm saying?
The
Just
people that say they love you, relationships, family members, things like that. People that think they know something about you and really don't know who you are at all
right, right.
mentally.
Yeah,
You have
that
to
is
deal
so true.
every day. All of us is dealing with some kind of PTSD. There is no reason why a 3-year-old child in your age frame or you, sir, say need to be seeing somebody get their whole head busted to the white meat with blood everywhere. That's PTSD.
Yeah.
We grew up around that.
Hmm.
Walking with your dude to get his whole head knocked off. You don't see him no more. He on the ground. You got to pick him up. Some nigga done did a quick drive by. You stuck with that sight.
Yeah.
It ain't no different than military. You go on the war and your best friend get his head knocked off. Now you ready to kill everybody in the platoon because they didn't do it. Because friendly fire do happen. It's
Right.
just it's psychologically. We all dealing, especially in our hood. We're all dealing with PTSD from the conditions that was created for us to live by. And these people don't think black folks in front of the hood got PTSD. We do.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. It just ain't in the war. It ain't just in military. You
We
know what I'm
just in the
saying?
No,
war.
those a lot of those situations, like the brother just said. Excuse me, guys. I'm just joining in, but a lot of what you just said just touched me. When you said about the environment that was created for us, that's why they call them projects.
Yes, sir.
Because it was a project for them to take a bunch of people who have nothing, put them all together, and then watch them scramble and scrape to see who can make it out.
Right.
Just like a prison.
That's what projects was created for.
Right.
Like a
Yeah,
prison.
and it's no different. Just like a prison.
Y'all
It's
remember
just like a prison.
the race? Remember that video, the rat experiment from the 30s and the 40s? Watch that
Oh
Hmm.
video.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
How
It's
they
the same thing.
got
It's the
living.
same thing, and we don't talk about it because a lot of black men feel like, oh, I'm too tough. But who's always tough and so gangster
Yeah.
24/7 that you can't talk to nobody?
That's true. That
You
is
know,
true.
you gotta be
That's
able.
where
You
the
got
strength
to
come
be
in
able.
at right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
holding it in, and trying to hold up an image.
Mhm.
Like me, I never tried to represent that. I never tried to be so tough. I just wanted to be the most respectful and respect myself and respect everything around me. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And then once I got to where I vibrated so high at a certain frequency and wasn't on those lower chakras vibrating, then I
Mm.
noticed that when I come in and it's in the room and the mood change and I can feel the vibe and I can feel the energy, I know to move around. I don't need to be in that environment. You know what I'm saying? If the
That's right.
whole environment changed
So
when I come in.
can we
Right.
say we just talking right now? We not even diagnosing. That sound like social anxiety.
Yeah. 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 It is.
You don't even like to be around that kind of energy. Trust them. You got a small knack of fear, but you're one of the bravest people in the world. I'm one of them people that always give somebody what they give. But
Mm.
sometimes
Right,
you got to walk away in that situation because you could be the most respectful person in the world and they'll disrespect you and try your mental. So
right,
now you
right,
Yeah.
gotta
right.
give people what they looking for, and that's all they looking for. And then all of a sudden, oh man, I was just playing. No, I'm not playing no
No.
more.
But
No,
that
no,
got
no.
that has been used. Oh man, I was just playing. It's so many people in the grave now, and so
Yeah,
many people in jail now for just saying, "Oh man, I was just playing," or that was my dog, that was my guy." You know what I'm saying? But why would you even play with that person like this?
Yep.
because
Knowing the consequence of you playing with them like that mentally. Now that is mentally because
because
they
we
still
know
don't see.
the
People
button.
don't realize, like I said again, speaking, getting that stuff up out of you because you never know what anybody got going on.
Hmm.
And then the next thing was like, if people would open up just in casual conversation, if somebody come with it and be like, "Hey man, look, today ain't the day. This is what I got going on. This is what I going on. You can be around me right now, but I'm telling you up front, this is what I got going on.
Mm-hmm.
Mentally. If you want to stay around me, that's fine. If you don't want to, I gave you forewarning. So anything that come after that, that's your choice. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it ain't even about being tough anymore out here in society. Like fam say, you just have to move around them low vibrating chakras. One thing I know, everything repeats itself, including the character of who I am.
Right.
So if
Mm-hmm.
I see somebody in the character of who I used to be, I immediately move around from this person. Or if he's actually just like me, then I know he got a brain somewhere and I try to talk to him.
Right.
You know what
Right,
I mean? We have to choose our
Mm-hmm.
right.
battles
Absolutely.
wisely, even with helping people, because like fam say, we don't know where they mental state at,
Mm-mm.
you
And it
know?
all goes back to nobody talking about nothing. I mean, people. You
Right,
think
right.
people. You think people walking around in this world in today's society now, given the situations and circumstances that we living in this day and time, and what's going on the TV, from the TV to the movies to the music to just every day, it's a lot to deal with. It's a lot to process. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
Yep.
as being a black male in society, we also have another plight to look out for because you know what I'm saying? Because you never know where it's gonna come from.
Mm-hmm.
It
Right.
ain't just, you used to pinpoint where it was gonna come from, but now it's like you gotta, constantly, what I'm saying, be on pins and needles. So I feel like it's a lot of aggression out here that's held in. There's a bunch of gorillas in a cage, just ready to erupt at any given moment. And you know what I'm saying? OG, what you got going on over
Yeah.
there?
It goes back to the rat experiment, right? So
Yep,
when you put all the rats together at one given time, they bang with each other first, and
yep.
then they end up getting along with each other. And then some of the rats moved away and actually produced and became better, while everybody else became wild. But in the wild point of where we came from, that rat still had that in them.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
And now the little rats afterward go over to where they used to be at, where the old ones came from, and wipe out them, the old ones, and become them and bring it back in a new generation to the good thing. That's why the drugs and stuff like that is in the suburbs and things like that now. And it's a pandemic instead of an addiction like it was for us, or a crack race, or whatever the situation, the war on drugs. It's a pandemic now. But these things are
Mm-hmm.
created. So we've been created to be psychologically thrown off our own square to where our mental keep us in them low vibrating chakras, and we actually get better just to come back to do works. Because we didn't tell our kids to come back to the ghetto. We worked hard enough to get them out the ghetto, especially when they tore all our projects down. All over the world, they tore them up. But then CHA moved with
Yeah.
Hood and created more projects. Every project in your neighborhood right now is owned, or row house is owned by CHA and Hood. We was talking about this last time.
Yeah.
It's the rat
Yeah.
race all over again. The good, they finna turn them little projects into low, middle class situations, and people gonna be so bougie about themselves. Our sisters gonna start to punish themselves for wanting to pay their bills again, but they gonna want that ghetto again and go back over there.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
what they got going on, bring them up. We gotta teach them how to be good, and it's gonna all bound up into another prison. They not building prison. They build a juvenile detention center. We
Yeah.
fight for them to stop building prisons, but they
And
really
they making that money. And they making that money too.
and
They
they really
making that money.
and
Every time somebody get a sentence, and they can't make bond, that's all they doing is they putting insurance policies on them on bond paper, which is really the only money that's still legal
Yeah.
because the dollar we got in our pocket, that dollar bill, you can't. It's a debt, so you can't really use that to pay a debt, which is against the
mm,
Constitution. So they using that
mm,
bond paper, and everybody that's in prison, they got a bond on them insurance policy, and they making money and they trading them on the stock market every day.
and
Hmm.
they using your penitentiary number to do it. And
Right,
Hmm.
right, right, right. See, and we
Yeah.
gotta talk. We gotta talk about this stuff, but see, don't nobody want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And see, like I told them yesterday at the mental health thing, it don't hurt me when you bite your tongue, brother.
mm,
It don't hurt me when you bite your tongue. So
Yeah.
we
and
gotta speak up. I gotta speak up. I had to learn. I had to learn that if something was going on with me, or if I found out some information, I had to learn. I had to learn how to spread that information. And a lot of people don't want to spread information, but that's 360 degrees of knowledge. That's 720. That's 1440. That's 2880. You know what I'm saying? However far people want to take it, that circle goes around, comes back around, and keeps going around again. You know what I'm saying? And we got to be better as a race about not trying to hold information from each other. You know what I'm
mm,
saying?
Hmm.
Absolutely,
Because
absolutely.
that's
these
that's that's how we get better. You know, that's how we get better.
Right.
so secretive, and we keep joining everything that belongs to them and discrediting what we are and who we are to become some kind of popular. And I keep saying my last name Stokes. I can't be like the Joneses.
Hmm.
Right, right, right,
Right.
right,
Absolutely.
right.
In order
I like
to
that. I like that. My name Dave Foster. I can't be like the Joe.
yeah,
I like that. I like that.
at the mental part of these things, because these juvenile detention centers that they are building now are private, just like these prisons. And the music is getting worse and worse, and it's aimed toward
Yep,
our kids, and our kids is living, and we're sending
yep,
them $1,000 a year because they killed somebody.
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
So we're steady rinsing and washing the pig, and these kids are having PTSD, mental things, stress and stuff like that. Who hears of a kid with high blood pressure at 14 years old? But he lives in
Man,
Watts. He lives in Watts though. Okay? He watching this stuff unfold. You got little kids right now telling you on Facebook and things like that, never give up because the world gonna give up on you. Type of
Mm.
energy. It's not that we don't know. Our parents not doing nothing either.
yeah,
But they want me and you to get out there and bust our head and die like Malcolm X. Just to do
Mm-hmm.
the right thing?
yeah.
Now
Mm-mm.
I speak life now. I speak life. You have to want life, man. You can't always just want the same thing.
Right.
Speak
Right,
life.
I
right.
Absolutely.
I agree with that. That's that, and I
Mm-hmm.
was telling somebody that the other day, like, man, we need to start speak as brothers,
Mhm.
no matter what, where you at, no matter what, in what situation. I got to speak life into you. I got to, you know what I'm saying? That's the whole motto. I can't speak death. We spoke enough death out there. It's already enough of that floating around anyway. But
Yeah,
continuing to speak life into, bro. Hey man, congratulate somebody. Just one simple word You know what I'm
Like,
saying? One simple word can change a whole dynamic. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Absolutely.
The
Absolutely.
power of life and death that lies in the
In the
tongue.
tongue. That's right.
And like I say, whether I don't know, like a lot of people really don't believe in the Bible, so to speak, but there's a lot of esoteric and ritualistic information in that book.
Mm-hmm.
so
Now, now even we know most of it was taken from the Egyptian hieroglyphs off of the walls of the pyramids, but it's still a lot of truth in there, man. Like you said, we got to speak life,
gotta
and the
speak.
Yeah.
power of life and death does lie in the tongue. And
Right.
man, I was one of the most negative brothers you could probably meet, man. I would always be like, what else could happen? And one day I came outside. I was working at AT&T. I was smoking cigarettes. I didn't have no cigarettes. I hadn't ate nothing. I come outside, my tire was flat. I said,
Oh
man,
man.
what else could happen, man? Something else gonna be wrong. Tried to start my car up, it wouldn't start. I called my daddy and I said, well, let me change my mind. Let me change my mind. Everything gonna be all right. Called my daddy. He brought my car over here. I said, I'm gonna have enough time to get me something to eat, give me some cigarettes. And when I said that, he came. My car started up. He jumped me off. He brought his air tank, and I still had 20 minutes when I pulled up to my job, and I was able to eat and smoke me a cigarette before I went in there. And I knew then. I said, it's all about my thinking. I got to
Mm,
change the way I
Mm-hmm.
think.
Mm-hmm.
And man, and I started changing the way I thinking, and I
say
just
that,
started training my mind to be more positive and stop
Right.
being so negative. And
we
man,
Right.
it worked for me.
right?
It
We
worked.
say the word manifestation, and sometimes we have to speak things into existence. So if
Yeah.
we speaking things, I try to leave religion at home because everybody believes in something or believe in something different and things like that. So me, my mama told me if it's
Yeah.
one lie, anything you read, everything is a lie. But be careful what you're looking at as a lie because a lot of things have fruit to it. So I try to pick the meat off of everything and leave the bone with
Right. 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 Right.
but
Right.
I don't believe in the Holy Ghost. Ghost got something to do with death, and we talking about life when the Bible say we are for eternal life. That's why we reproduce. You never die. You multiply. You keep coming back. So reproduction is the gift of eternal life, in my opinion. So I don't believe in the Holy Ghost. I believe in the Holy Spirit because the Spirit
That's
knows.
fact. That's
Okay.
fact. That's fact.
These
I
books,
believe in the God in you. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? I believe in that God in you, that generator, operator, and destroyer. Because all God is a verb. God is not a noun. It's not a person,
Got
place,
that?
or a thing. It's a verb. You know. And so, like you said, I'm a spiritual being. I don't believe in the religion, but like you said, I can take that meat, and I can use my wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding to where I can take what I need and what resonates with me, and I can use that. And
Mm-hmm.
until I apply it in my life, it's just
Hmm.
something I'm reading. It's just something I'm reading. It's just something I'm talking about. It
Mm-hmm.
Man.
ain't helping me if I don't apply it.
Mm-hmm.
What works for the next
Absolutely.
is sometimes make us a better man. If you understand where I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
Say
Sometimes
it
what
again.
sometimes what works for the next man is it makes us a better man because
Right,
Oh
we
yeah.
learn
right,
Oh,
from these people, bro.
right.
We learning from these people. If the Bible make you a better man and the Quran make me a better man, you got two equal opportunities to become better with each other.
Right.
Right.
mm,
Facts. Facts.
right.
What works
Right.
for me might
Right.
not work for you. What works for you might not work for me, but I believe in you.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You got to
That
find that
Absolutely.
equilibrium.
give me something that helped you made better by reading the Bible, the texts of Buddha, the teachings of Buddha, the almighty praise of whatever.
Yeah.
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 Teach
Yeah.
me what you know so it can better me too. So I can add these in my categories of life because I follow the life of peace.
Right.
Still
Even if
sharp and still.
Yeah. That's
even
that.
Christian. One thing I told a Christian the other day because I try not to label things. Faith is
Yeah.
faith, love is love. So it ain't got nothing to do with religion. I told him if
Right.
y'all following and teaching the kinds of peace, it's still Islamic to me.
Mm-hmm.
So it really don't
Right.
matter what you is, bro. You still a man, she's still a woman, that's still a
Right.
child. We still got faith, and we got the power to change everything in the world. All we got to do is speak our voice. Every voice has a choice. Every choice has a voice.
That's right.
It's something fam
Right.
came with a couple weeks ago. Every 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 voice every choice.
Voice has a choice. Yep. Yep.
Every
Yep.
person has a voice in life. So that means every person has a voice in life. And if we can make our voices be heard according to what needs to be done and how we can actually help each other and love each other, unity ain't hard.
Mhm.
No, no,
You
no,
know, it ain't.
no.
OG
Because we can.
Capone. OG Capone,
Yeah.
we see you in there, sir. You want you? I know you trying to. You need to go and jump in here.
No, man. I like to, give the guys a good, what I'm saying. They got it going on, but I do want to change the subject for a minute about the stuff that going on in the world itself when it come down to this senseless killing that these young kids are doing right now. Today, I'm talking about today. Uh, all
Mm.
this, all this senseless killing that's going on out in the world today, man. I'm in Mississippi in Clark County, and I know in a month time I have witnessed 89 young teenagers get killed by other teenagers. They ain't younger than 15.
Right.
You
Damn.
know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And man, they not even these kids not even giving themselves to even grow up to be a grown man yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think, man,
Yeah.
I don't know if we have parents or I don't know what the solution is that we can have. I can't, we can blame it on the government, we can blame it on guns, we can blame it on this person, that person. Man, like I say, the parents. I don't know. I don't know what they got going on, man. I'm talking about in a month time, just in 2 weeks, I'd have witnessed six, at least 6, 7 young kids and got killed by other 14, 13-year-old kids. Yeah, that's a 2 week span.
Right.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? It's a gun violence, or is it just something that I
It's
don't even know what the narrative is, bro. I mean, that's all this. I mean, we can go with all the civil rights leaders because we got the NAACP representatives on here. We got a mentor, mental health guy on here, and we got, what I'm saying. We got had a female, she dropped out, but you know what I'm saying. What
Man,
what 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 is the problem? I mean, but
the mu-
I mean,
it's the
it
music, brother. It's really the music. And like
it's
we didn't become violent. We didn't become uneducated and ignorant until we start representing what we were saying. Okay, so the '60s had the pimp gang, destroyed everything about the movement. So in this movement time frame, we got drill. But our first drill music came around 90, 91, 92. Crucial Conflict, Easy E. All these dudes had drill music according to this whole kind of way. They had their revolutionary music too, but it didn't do nothing but make us angry. It didn't make us think. Fuck the police coming straight from the underground, mother, and then you all riding around saying that shit get snatched out the car and get your head in.
yeah.
Mm.
So they
Yeah.
make angrier and angrier at each other. Oh shit, in 1990 shit, Rodney King wasn't nothing but to jump off to go at the police. Not thinking, we got angry. I went from Lil Carl to K-Dog. I wrote off. Feel what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
psychological brainwash, it's a hypnotize, it's a hypnotism that we're going through. Kids know right from wrong, but if all they seeing is wrong, we don't even play the music in our house that we used to play that actually gave us a little bit more of love gonna last, things like that. We're not listening to the court music. We're not listening to these things. We're not showing them the movies that we actually came up off of, these shows that gave us our brainwash to not only be some of the most dangerous people in the world physically, but some of the most loving people in the world emotionally.
Yeah.
It's a
I
brain.
Absolutely.
well, me personally, you know what I'm saying. I think it's like you said, it's an agenda, a depopulation. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying of depopulation of people.
mm,
It's order. I guess what I'm trying to say is order out of chaos. You causing all commotion. You give people a right, they abuse the right. It's always been like that. You give somebody an inch, they take a mile. So in the music narrative, I'm in the entertainment. Is more in the entertainment that these young guys try to prove a point, or I'm not a punk, or I'm not weak, or you know what I'm saying. If you ride on me, I'm gonna ride on you. If you know what I'm saying, and it's that narrative had been played out even with the Big and Pop situation. It was played out then. But did not know that them guys were really friends.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They were trying to do something for their community so their communities can grow. And it's greedy people that's making money off of, like my guy said, the prison numbers. It's
Yeah.
it's tied into the economy. It's an
It,
extermination of. They don't want nothing to carry on. Look at all the political leaders we did. If you step up and say something, they already sent the message. Even to the president. If you step up and go against what we got going on, you interfere with our money, we gonna take you out.
yep.
If you promoting peace, if you promote any type of advocacy, they made it scared to step up to really be an advocate for your community. They want the communities down. They want the communities in slums. They
But
want the
see, not
communities
doing it no more though. They not whacking us no more. They done flipped it so
they
much
done
around
the job up to us. We whacking ourselves. Yeah, true. Indeed.
Yep.
on
Indeed.
whacking niggas that's trying to stop the violence. Man, we ain't trying to hit that shit. Boom, dude, fucking up. That's not
Yeah.
the shit though. Y'all fucked up the process by accepting certain situations that wasn't good for us, man. And then expect everybody to live by it because you living according to these people's secret. How much order out of chaos? How much order do they need out the chaos that they, or do we need to make order out the chaos that they create
They
without
gon'
parts of them?
well, like you said, we don't really read the laws and what we voting for. When we see it, we bypass that. You know what I'm saying? Like voting for the gun laws. If more people got out and voted for the gun laws, look what happened. People they wanted it so bad, but look at the outcome of passing that law, allowing people to not have a license. Not you know what I'm saying? It just caused the whole hell. If they gonna go out there and do it, let's just give it to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Let's
that
sign this piece of paper and put it into legislation that you can walk around with a pistol.
they created an ultimatum maybe
I
where
wouldn't
you,
say it's an ultimatum. I say here,
because you can't get a gun license, you should be able to get a license for anything on the planet.
indeed, but hell, now they say you don't need no license. You just carry a gun just to carry one.
Mm,
Mm.
you get
And then they
you
got military grade weapons on the street.
car in the trunk and your clip, your magazine is in your thing and it's not and you ain't got nothing in the head. Guess what's gonna happen? Your ass going to jail, my nigga.
But that was already the Second Amendment, though, right?
Man,
Yeah,
they
right to bear arms, but
They
and
yeah they
you
shouldn't have,
in
they
court
they shouldn't have had to they shouldn't have had to make a law for us
that,
to already be under the Second Amendment, right?
that's
they
deception
Or
right
are
there.
they?
but
Huh?
they don't force them. They'll force them against us when they pick them.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, the law is passed. You didn't do this, and you didn't do that, you didn't do this, so you need to go to jail for unlawful use of a weapon when you ain't doing nothing but carrying.
right.
You feel what I mean?
Yeah,
It's an
yeah,
open carry, but you got this stuff in there. Your gun is loaded. They expect you not to load your gun or whatever it is like that, but you have your clip in your pocket and you got nothing in the head or nothing situation may be. If you jump out, keep you free, don't move, don't do this, don't do that, treat you like a criminal, aggravate you. See, they're trained to aggravate you first. And if you know
right.
you're going to jail. No different than the domestic violence case. They
Yeah,
passed that.
true.
They what, 1996? Oh, black brother, if she beat the hell out you, oh, black brother, she beat the hell out you, and you call the police, you better go to jail too. But she don't have to go to jail if she call the police. No, things like this is what it's an ultimatum with the law situation, and that had me too. as far as that law being passed. And they say it's OJ had nothing to do with the feminist movement. Law is law.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Feel
Adding on to what OG said, I really believe it's left up to the parents to stop some of this gun violence. If you check your kids' backpacks, you check their phones and stuff, and listen up to what they got going, half the stuff you can figure out before they even start these crimes or whatever. I think
the
the
Bring
parents
yeah,
need to step up.
the
The parents
yeah,
need to
yeah.
step up a little
I can
bit.
smell it when I come in the door.
the parents now are the
Yeah,
kids our age though that grew up a different
Oh
way.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
giving
They want to be friends with their kids.
they
Yeah.
giving the kids the
Right.
gun. They the
Yeah,
ones creating the beat, but they complaining to us to stop it. Y'all watch y'all kids walk out these doors every day with guns, drugs, and things like that, and then want us because they claiming us. We keep telling y'all if they doing things like that, they not us. And
Mm-hmm.
neither is
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Y'all want us to discipline your kids and they walk out of y'all house every day. No, we're not gonna discipline your kids. Your kids just better not run up on
Right.
That's right. The
So it's
parents
an
need to start back
accountability.
disciplining their own kids.
So
y'all discipline
basically,
y'all kids like they did with us. They
yeah.
our parents discipline us and them street guys, they enforce the rules of our parents because everything we came up under had everything to do with the rules of our parents and God.
Right. So the parents have an
Right?
accountability as well as the child's accountability. So but they were doing that at first. That if just say for instance somebody went up and just shot up somewhere, you know what I'm saying? They would hold the parents accountable too. They would give them time too. But I noticed that they stopped doing that. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? They were doing that for a while now. I know because they said, they did it
Because
with somebody, and the parents had to. I
parent in
can't
a
remember how long ago that was, but somebody had that happen. The kids shot up, some killed a bunch of folks, and the parents had to do the time, and the
they
child did too.
parent. We can't discipline our kids no more. We have to call the police on our kids in order to discipline. The only thing they got for our kids is jail. That's why they took the right to put them in jail.
Yeah,
Yep,
We kick
yep.
our kids' ass. Guess what? They ain't gonna end up in jail as much. They want them in jail. That's why they
So
building.
we got Shakita
so
Knight came in. What's going on? What's going on, young lady? How you doing?
Oh, I got my fault, y'all.
Got it muted. It's all good. It's all good. She got it muted, but we got another guest in here. You know what I'm saying? But y'all can carry on. We would just
but
it's with anything that we talking about with the gun violence, with the killing, with the murders that's been happening because it's just a lot of.
Oh, I might have to hop off for a second.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. With everything that's going on in the world today, with all the killing that's going on right now, is I feel like it is important for us to bring awareness. And this is a part of mental
Oh yeah,
health awareness too. You know what I'm saying?
oh yeah.
okay,
So,
so this
go ahead,
well,
okay
OG.
good.
this okay this what I want to say. You know what I'm saying? I understand. You know about like I say. This I mean this for kids. I can agree with you for a kid to be from 17 on down and out here killing like this, I think the parents should be hold accountability for their actions because
Mm-hmm.
they 17 on down. I think that if they would do that, I think it would change the narrative of how a parent approach their kids now. Cause hey, you ain't finna go out here and put me in jail. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think the accountability would be in that favor because man, it's just too many it's too many teenagers. I'm talking about from 13 to up from 12 to 17. I'm talking about just killing up each other. You know what I'm saying? And for what reason? 'Cause they ain't got no money. They ain't got, you know what I'm saying? For what is you out here killing each other for? You see
Right.
what I'm saying? So I mean, I can see other agendas. You from 13, 17 years old. Okay, I don't even see why you out here with a pistol anyway. I hear killing each other over what somebody say relationship done. I mean, I don't even see the narrative of it. We ain't all y'all staying at home with the folks. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed, indeed,
You know,
indeed.
all y'all riding in your folk car. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't get it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Therefore, I mean, the parents. I think it got to be some kind of way that they can be held accountable for their kids from I need from 13 up to 17 till they get grown. You know what I'm saying? When they
Oh
go
yeah.
out here and commit these crimes, just shooting up and ain't nothing get done. I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? I don't think they
Ain't
got to
no
do now.
accountability.
Right, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, I don't get it. I really don't, bro. We got it's some kind of solution gonna have to be done. Cause like I said, it starts from home. It don't start from the street. Don't come out here and blame us cause the kid out here can kill 10 people. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what's going on with them. You know, and don't blame it on these organization members. Cause hey, and y'all try to blame on the dope boy. Oh man, they gave my son something. They put something in the drink. Oh no, you know what I'm saying? You know, all these excuses they come up with. You know what I'm saying? There's too many excuses out here for the, and like I say, the 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 parents for these little young kids not getting held accountable for what they got doing. You know what I'm saying? If they start doing it like they used to do back in the day, it'll change. It change how these kids come out in these streets for now on out.
You're
Yeah.
right. You're right. Cause man, it used to be to where if my child was outside or just say Capone saw my child doing something, he get on his ass, and then when he come back home, I'm gonna get him. You know. But it's like now, man, if somebody say something to your child, the parents ready to fight, and the kids know that, and they know their kid was wrong.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They know their kid was wrong, but they ready to, you know what I'm saying? They what my mama used to say, they upholding them in their shit,
Yeah.
you
Mm.
Right.
know. When they wrong, they
Mm.
upholding them, you know. But yeah,
Right.
man, we
Right.
and I wonder. I was reading something, man. I don't know how long. I don't know if it was. Um, I'm gonna find the guy's name and I'm gonna let y'all know. But he wrote something. I think it was Nearly Fuller. He wrote something back in the '70s, um, some compendium, some I can't remember the name of, but I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna make sure y'all get it. But he said a lot of the stuff that's going on now with the youth back in the '70s is going on now. He was, you know how he was talking about the pants. He was talking about the pants was sagging
Mm-hmm.
that they was going to get lower and lower and lower, and he was just, I mean, it was a bunch of stuff. This guy was he was like a forward thinker, man. He was a lot of the stuff. I'm gonna find the name of it. I'm gonna make sure y'all get it. But I read
Okay.
it a long time ago. But I think his name was Nearly Fuller. And he was talking about stuff in the '70s that's actually going on right now, and I was me and my sons was talking about the Willie Lynch letter, and
Mm-hmm.
Oh
and
yeah.
so it made me ask them. This was a couple of days, well, maybe about a week ago, and I said I was gonna try to research it and find out if it's any truth to it, but the stuff that was passed down through us through slavery when they released us, as far as Emancipation Proclamation,
Mm-hmm.
those issues or those what's the word I'm looking for? All of those tactics that they use to hold us mentally, they were still being they never they just released us physically, but they were still using those same tactics on us mentally. So all of those stuff was that hurt and all that stuff was just being passed down from generation to generation to generation, and we never really healed from that. So is it possible that the youth now are still affected by some of the hurt and the trauma that our grandfathers and great great grandfathers went through, that they never healed from, that they never could, I guess, reconcile with their emotions, and they passed it down subliminally to us, and then
I
we pass it on down.
I think that that's probably part of the reason. Like I
Okay.
said, when OG was saying that, what I'm saying, that he was saying in an earlier show that if the parents get into it, they'll tell the child, don't mess with that person's child because, I don't mess with them. And you got to think of how long that's been going on in
Oh,
time.
gotcha. Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
So
right,
it's a
right,
it's almost I wouldn't call it self-sabotage, but the generations would somewhere some accountability gotta be given to them too.
right,
Because it's
Right,
been
right,
right,
passed
right,
down. The
right,
the,
right,
the hate has
right.
been passed down, and it shouldn't be like that. It's gonna take a whole lot of love to reverse this hate.
Oh yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah.
Right, right,
You
right,
know what I'm
right,
saying?
right, right.
For a mental
Piggyback off
healing,
you just said. Piggyback off what you just said. A lot of the problem dealing with our youth, their parents ain't showing them love.
there you
So they
go.
got all that aggression. They got all that aggression built up in them. If you
Right.
got that aggression built up in you, you got to release it some kind of way now.
That's true.
Right,
That's
right,
If you
true.
right.
ain't got
That's
no
true.
Hey,
if you ain't got no sports activities in your neighborhood to release that aggression, what else is it to do but grab a gun and get your op out the way?
Yeah.
right,
You got
right,
to
Yeah.
find
right,
some kind of
right,
form to
right,
Yeah.
get it out the way.
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But at the same time, I think that uh, parents put too much pressure on their kids. You know what I'm saying? Cause you got parents put a lot of pressure on their kids, and because they want their kid to be something that they don't want to be. You know,
I
and
wouldn't
that
call the
that's
word
that's a
pressure.
that's a Miller thing. When you got your kid, if your kid want to be a doctor, why you want to push him to be a basketball player? Your kid want to be lawyer, why you want to push him into being a football player or being a rapper? That ain't what he want to be. You see what I'm saying? At the potential in your kid, everybody have a gift, and
Uh,
Oh,
parents in a state of mind where I don't think you're gonna make enough money doing that. You need to do this. You know
well,
what I'm saying? In that kind of nation, and kids, they, by them, like I said, the parents. See, the parent can be a influence, and they could also be a manipulation too.
manipulated. Yep. Yep.
You get what I'm
oh yeah.
saying?
Some of it,
Because go
so-
ahead.
some of it, OG, is the parents want to live vicariously their life that they didn't live. The
Right,
parent might have been a
right,
ball player, you know what I'm
right.
saying, a football player, and they want my son, he gonna have to carry the torch, and he gonna play football, like you said, but that's maybe not what he want to do. So again, it goes all back to the parents, the accountability, and something that brother KD Carr had said earlier about uh, that government. He had said something about how the parents. I can't think of it right now. It'll hit me again, but it's the parents push the expectation. It's not pressure. It's expectation. They want their
Yeah.
expectations. They put their expectations on their kids. So the kid get
Yeah,
And it's a
frustrated
lot of
because,
pressure.
like you said, the kid get frustrated because he don't want to play football. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
bruh said, kid won't grab a gat, go out there. I want to do what OG do. I want to do what Riley do. I want to do what Foster do. I want to do what Pope do. You know what I'm saying? But the parents tell them, no, you're going to go to this, you're going to do this, you're going to do this. So it causes the frustration, the anger. The child feel like nobody listening to him. Depression set in, anxiety set in of trying to be something that they're not. So it is pressure
Yeah.
and expectation. It's both
yeah.
of them.
That's not in
yeah,
Yeah.
line with what they were, not in line with their purpose or what they natural, or what they in their nature, or what they were supposed, what they were born for, what their soul got the contract when they came here to do.
Right, right, right,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right.
And you can't have any balance and reciprocity and harmony and all of the, you know what I'm saying? You can't function like that if you operating outside of what you were put here to do.
That's true.
right,
Yeah, I
right.
got you. I got you. I feel
Yeah,
that. I
yeah.
feel that.
Especially when you got too many people in your home. Like I say, when I came up, I was very athletic. You know what I'm saying? But I had my grandmama want me to play this. I had my granddaddy want me to do this. I had my auntie, uncle want me, boy, you can be this. Hey, it was so much pressure on. I was like, man, I ain't gonna be none of this. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm gonna go a whole new different route. I ain't gonna do nothing different for nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna
Yeah.
whatever I supposed to been on earth to do. I know I ain't did it. You know what I'm saying? Because it
Yeah.
was too much going on for me. You know what I'm saying? I said, man, I ain't
Yeah.
gonna be
But
none
but but
all
it
this
all
skip.
but
Yeah,
but it all led you to right here though.
Yeah, that's what I was
yeah.
just gonna
It
say.
all led you it
Doing,
all led you to this moment right here, and
yeah.
all the people you done helped, because you said you do a lot of speaking and you help a lot of people, so it all of that led you to where you at right now though.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can say that, but but I had the
Yeah.
incarceration to really push me
uh
into that kind of mode. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know.
yeah.
I mean, without the incarceration, I wouldn't. I don't think I would. You know what I'm saying?
I think you would have been right.
I
Okay,
look.
okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't been in that tune, but looking at the kids, looking at the youth today, trying to duplicate what I done did, or
Yeah.
trying to duplicate what other people doing, and I know that's not your potential.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That stepped me to another thing, man. I be out here, I seen kids trying to be something, hey, I want to be, hey, I want OG, hey, man, I want to be like, nah, bro, that ain't your forte right there, bro. You ain't ready for that. You know what I'm saying? You
Mhm.
supposed to be on this spot here. Do what you on, bro. Do what you more good at. You an artist, bro. You can draw. You can rap. Why you want to be out here with a pistol in your hand?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You
Because,
got potential. You know?
and I know I just jumped on in.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Again, that goes back to the monkey see, monkey do situation, man. We attracted to what we see. So if that what gets them out the hood without them realizing that the music that they produce and destroying the hood, then they'll never see the problem in their situation. They just thinking black folks supposed to support it.
okay, I'm ask this question. I see a lot of things being said about the industry or whatever, the entertainment now. I can say that some of the styles that I have seen, I said from the sagging, from the paying me and sagging down, majority that's come from, the penitentiary has started with, then they seen us Snoop Dogg, some of these actors with the paying down, then these skinny jeans, I don't know where them came from. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
These stars wearing these skinny jeans. I mean, the styles, the styles of the clothes and how they got on the internet now that you got men now, you got 3, 4 women, they feel that's okay. Now they call it something else now, you got and it's just too much on this internet.
polygamy.
You know what I'm
That
saying?
polygamy and poly is two different situations, though. You got to understand, polygamy is somebody that's married to more than one woman. Poly
Mhm.
is somebody in a relationship with more than one woman, and everybody in the relationship knows about each other. My question about it is that how we compare same sex marriages when our Bible, Quran, and everything that we talk about as far as nature and its element approves poly. But we keep making up laws that goes against God for same sex marriages, but people keep judging people that got more than one. That's your essence and actually your DNA structure as far as who you are as
King Solomon.
who we is. You feel what I mean? So we'll make all the laws in the world to go against God, but we downplay and discredit and belittle people that's actually following the laws of God in His character and how they live. What's wrong with us? It ain't the internet. It's people who don't really know who they are. They got a problem with the people who do.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
We missing it.
Facts.
it I
Facts.
say it like this. Just as if you believe in good, you gotta believe in bad. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Uh
sorry. I'm speaking because I'm poly.
I mean, no, you good, G, you good. We ain't even we it's entities in the world that just don't understand. Like we was talking about it. It's simple minded, common sense. A lot of people lack a lot of things in this world mentally. We talking about mentally. They can mentally diss one and accept the other.
Right.
It's just like on TV right now. And this is mental. This all go back to mental. They got
Sure.
have you noticed the commercials that they've been putting out here lately?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Black
yeah.
woman, white man.
I mean, just men on men, Adam and Steve. You feel what I'm
That's what
coming
I'm saying.
from? they
They showing black women with every race of man or woman, but keep showing black men with just black men. We don't see this as a problem.
That's what I'm saying. The programming that they're putting out is
My
black
nigga said,
men.
I mean, excuse me, my brother said the one thing programming.
You know what I'm saying? It is. That's what it is. It's programming. I mean,
Yeah.
you got Adam and Steve. You know what I'm saying? They took out Adam and Eve. They made Eve with Eve. I mean,
My
you know what
man,
I'm saying? It's so much confusion. It's order out of chaos. They want to confuse. They want to keep us going right, left, while they're going straight. You know what I'm saying? The agenda is they
mm,
gonna stay straight. They keep everybody else around them in circles, spinning. You feel what I'm saying? It is us as humans, but again, it's that voice of choice. You feel what I'm saying?
mm,
People choose to do what they want to do. They choose to see, okay, if that's okay with this, if it's okay for XYZ to say it on TV, then it's okay for me to do it. If it's okay
mm.
for, one of these rappers out here, you know what I'm saying, to have their pants hanging halfway out their ass, then it's okay for me to walk around here with doo-doo stains hanging. You know what I'm saying, bro? It's just,
And that's all mental awareness too, man. If we don't understand that the fact that they make it, if we can't be aware that they making us mental,
yeah,
awareness ain't gonna do nothing.
right,
Yeah,
That's
right.
crazy.
but you got to look at this too,
Yeah.
though. You know,
Yes, sir.
as they put things together. Now we got to look at this. As they put stuff together for as what we said, they separate each thing, right?
Don't go too
Say
Mm-hmm.
far.
they separate each thing. Then at the end of the day, when we do certain things, they'll put that in law. No, it's wrong, but they'll, oh well, it's okay. Hey, we gonna give you those set of laws. It's okay for y'all to do. Hey, we're gonna respect that. We're gonna give y'all a name. We're gonna call that AGC2. You know what I'm saying? AG2 community. You know what I'm saying? They
Okay.
separate and give your own title to it and say, hey, y'all welcome to do this. And anybody got anything against that? Hey, we're gonna lock them up.
Yeah,
They separate each group. They separate the groups to make them, to make them legal. You know what I'm saying?
Can I
And
piggyback on that?
go ahead.
Sexual harassment from a homosexual is now legal. Just think about it. Back in our day, we used to beat them up, you know. And it wasn't even the point that you came at us. You came at us too many times, and we denied you too many times. So it got to a point where we felt like, dude ain't gonna stop unless you do something to him. So you
yeah.
do something to him. That happened too much. So they stayed in
Yep.
the place and stayed in the closet.
Well,
Okay.
they
Now when they start,
he going out of range, but it's two forms of harassment. They call it harassment and harassment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, but
Oh yeah.
but but let me say this. I say that like this. As the groups, man, like they separate like they've been separating us for years. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
You got the suburbs, you got the poverty, you got middle class, you got this. Now you got this community, that community group, that community group. Everything that been put in place, they make it out of a community group. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And not only that, they'll make a subtle law that, hey, we discrimination against these types of individuals. Now we feeling, you know what I'm saying? No, that ain't gonna happen no more. You got to respect this group of these group of people now, cause they part of the world itself. You know what I'm saying? All
Hmm.
right. So listen, this is what I'm saying, that the I had mentioned this last time on our podcast. The separation, how they just divide us, bro. You know what I'm saying? They divide us to make things seem like it's right. You know what I'm saying? That we wrong, and they right. You know what I'm saying? And it just too crazy, man. How we go about, not accepting our accountability, especially the parents. But I don't care nothing about what nobody said about these parents, man. I know some parents are being 13 years old being parents now. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I got that. You know what I'm saying? I'm still at the end of the day, man. It just, hey, if your daughter 13, 14 years old and have a kid, y'all need to be put in jail.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Well,
just
see
saying,
that,
you
like
know.
I
Yep.
said,
No
like I said,
accountability.
that's the
No
accountability of the
accountability.
right. That's the accountability of the parents.
What
But
you
you
think?
know, it be the careless, the most careless. Most of all of us, we got everybody on this panel got kids, ranging from different ages, maybe 7 or 8 to maybe in their 30s. We were brought up in an era where, you know what I'm saying, we got our ass whooped. It didn't matter what
Oh yeah.
you know what I'm saying. Your neighbors could go and snatch you on up and do something. You know what I'm saying. You know, your uncles,
Mm-hmm.
aunties, they we were brought up in the era that you wouldn't dare. The big mamas, we ain't got them no more. The big mama, we ain't got them no more. You know what I'm saying. We
Big
don't
mama
got.
big on.
Yeah, been gone. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got them type of grandmas and granddaddies that, you know what I'm saying, didn't play
Enjoy yourself.
with, they didn't play with kids. Like, we get our teeth knocked out if we, they call what they call it, sassing. If you sass your granddad or something like that, we ain't got them no more.
That's
Like
child
bro said
abuse.
earlier, everybody's trying to be the kid friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no more daddies
Yeah.
out here grabbing them switches and belts and extension cords and heels or whatever. Mama's grabbing heels and it ain't it is not it that era is gone.
And you
You
know
know,
what's so crazy about that? I don't think that I'm not gonna say ain't no more big mamas and things like that. I think they not coming outside no more. It's too dangerous. One. Two, a lot of them then died off, and the ones that has taken a place ain't got the big mama energy because we got a lot of the parents out here like, I don't want to raise my kids the way I was raised. And they got granny's attitude. They don't have granny's discipline. Maybe
possibly,
Yeah. Yeah. I can see it.
possibly.
it could be a lot of things. They didn't
The
convince
main thing is
granny and them.
they lazy. Parents of these days are lazy.
They us though. Think about it, bro. We came up, like I
We the
said, we
parents now,
came up
yeah.
with the difference. I'm on. Okay, let me say this. I'm almost 50. I'll be 50 in 3 years, right?
Mhm.
So go from 1977, 87, 90. That's only 13 years of me actually getting that old school teachings and them
Yeah,
old school knowledge that was passed on to cats like us that's on this podcast right now today, that know that we have to come together on these kind of podcasts so the world can understand that there are still people out here like us.
right.
See, a young brother, uh Mr. Hoover's son, Lil Larry, he said, in order to stop what's going on out here in this world today, and a lot of people been saying this, a lot of old heads, a lot of celebrities been saying that, come outside.
Yeah, yeah,
We got to come outside. We can't do it alone. We need help. That's why we reaching out to the world with this Solution Radio. We reaching out to the world. We telling everybody in the world, come if you want to stop the violence and the drug selling and all that stuff that's in your community, on your block. Everybody needs to come outside with their kids, kick it, have fun, start barbecues, and when it's starting to look too dangerous, make sure y'all legal out there with y'all guns and stuff like that. Don't fight they war. Tell them you ain't finna fight they war while they kids out here like that.
Right.
Y'all might need to move around, man. Out of respect, please move around for these kids. Cause when I came up, you couldn't even shoot in the daytime.
Nah,
You
you
couldn't
good.
shoot in the daytime with all these kids out here. You had to get your man at night. It was
Yeah,
rude. We
yeah,
need to enforce the same rules in our community that kept the police out of our community unless they needed to be there. And that's
right.
if we turning somebody in. Because I'm not finna let no dude running around in the community and we done found out he done raped about 5 females up in there. We finna beat him up and take him to the police station. Well, I ain't gonna say beat him up. He might have a couple lumps on his head, but he going to jail. You see what I'm
Hey,
saying?
he gonna
We,
catch it.
we
Absolutely.
He gonna catch it one way or another. So I mean, hey, it
absolutely.
you know what I'm saying. So it is what it is, and this is they spending too much energy on the wrong shit. I got to say it. I know I'm on radio, but I just got to say it. They spending their energies on the wrong things, wrong policies, wrong laws. I mean, it
Yeah.
wasn't nothing
Yeah.
wrong. Me and old school cat was talking about ain't nothing wrong with a good old fashioned ass whooping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And ain't nothing wrong with making your kid do the right thing in life. Cause I done told people in Ohio a lot of times, man, like, I'm sorry, but if your kid out here kills somebody, I'm not letting you move him out of town, man. You might have to
Right.
turn that kid in, man.
Yeah.
Turn him
Yeah.
in, man.
Yeah.
Go on, let him get about 10, 15 years. He might actually had something to do. He might have been defending himself, and the first thing he understand is to run because he ain't got no win in the court system. So that's why he ran. Take that boy up in there, talk to them people, and let them know what's happening. And make sure if he's some kind of dude that's out here in the streets like them, please bring that man record into court too, because you might have did the world a favor.
Yeah. I think that's what
Bring
they
his
looking
record
at
in.
too. I think, respectfully, I think that's what they looking at more or less. These kids are doing their job for them. It makes their job
Yeah,
easier.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't
There
have
we
to.
go.
All they got to do, okay, well he shot him. Let's just do this paperwork cold case. That's what happened. He gone, and they move on to the next. It's more
Hmm.
political now.
It's always been about politics. The world is ran by the number. It's 8.5 billion people on this planet. If 8.5 billion people spend a quarter every day
Mm-hmm.
or every minute, how much money you got? We can't count that right now.
No, we
Okay.
can't. Mm-mm.
Okay, so you spend $1 a day, this, that, another. So in politics, you got all these politicians that's raising money off your taxes. We ain't been getting our child tax credit. That shit been going to Ukraine and all these other kind of places. Why they telling us you can't get it, but you eligible for it when you call the IRS. They just taking our money, not doing what they doing. They're robbing us right now and creating these efforts for us. And when I say effort, I mean the effort to be stupid.
Right.
We gonna keep showing y'all everything in the world that your people fight against and God fight against every day, so y'all can become exactly what we showed you. Because we can get a monkey to do your job, and they keep turning us into monkeys.
Mm-hmm. Making us victims of our environment and not being. We can be products of our environment to help the environment, but we rather
On it,
follow.
a big product. Products are for sale. That's why they keep calling us a product of our environment. Products are
Yeah,
for sale.
yeah,
They
yeah.
selling us every day on the stock market.
Every
Guess
Oh
day.
yeah.
what?
That's why our name never left the stock market after slavery. All our last names from the slave owners is on the stock market. So when China want their money, all they got to do is sell the people. But look, who own TikTok and who being educated by China? They done already sold us.
Right,
Yep.
right, right.
Been
Mm,
sold.
mm.
That's why they can
That's
declare
why
that you
that's
can't
why
put your
China and
kids.
America ain't in war. We
Yep.
already been sold.
Yeah.
The people is real money weighed. Not
Mm-hmm.
how much you weigh.
Yeah. I want
Think
to
about
plug this in while we I want to plug this in while we talking for the people just came in and the people that's listening on the radio that this is mental health awareness month. We talking about several topics on mental health from kids to adults to everything. We covering pretty much everything political. if y'all tuning in, you know what I'm saying, reach out to somebody, talk to somebody, let somebody know what's going on out here, you know what I'm saying, mentally with you. You never know what a person got going on inside of them. So, you know what I'm saying, try to be respectful. We want to be as respectful as possible. I want to plug that in, for everybody. Um,
Yeah.
we about an hour into the show and we've been having a good conversation about mental health awareness. It's some other issues that need to be covered because this is a wide spectrum of a title. We can go on for hours talking about what's going on with our communities and our own mental health as individuals and as communities. You know what I'm saying? I want to thank everybody for coming in. Hey, we still gonna keep the show running. We still talking. I just want to plug in and just thank everybody, that been tuning in, watching out there on the radio and on the live feed. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna keep this thing rolling on and on. You know what I mean?
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for
Yeah,
enlightening us on that. But
yes, sir.
I also want to put in for the parents, man. I'm talking about that for parents everywhere. That for parents everywhere. In order for us to change the narrators of our kids, man, we got to start paying attention to our kids. Not just your kid, but everybody kid. You know what I'm saying? From I don't care where they are, from the playground to the club to the swimming pool to whatever. You need to start paying close attention to the kids when they leave the house. You got to start paying close attention with your kids when they, you know what I'm saying. When your kids not talking, the kids be going. You never know what they're going through in school. You never know what they're going with. You never know what's going on because kids feel like they can't talk to y'all no more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Then when they come out here in these streets, we ain't finna put make them out of no teddy bear. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we when they come out here in the streets, they just another kid. In some of these people's eyes. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, ain't no blood related stuff out here when they come out here in these streets when they want to talk to the guys out here in the street. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
first thing the guy gonna do to him, hey, well yeah, you have a problem, hey, take the little joint. You know what I'm saying? Take the
You're
little
right.
joint. Easy man, take the little joint. You know what I'm saying? They gonna come out here and get some guidance from people that you know that don't really ain't got their best interest. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They need to leave for parents. I'm talking about for parents all over. Y'all need to start. I'm talking about especially for these kids. When these kids reach 10 years old, they teenagers. When they 10, they start in their teenage years.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I started at 7 years old.
You know what I'm saying? So we need to start paying, especially on then they 13 and these kids be having so much they want to talk to them, but then parents be so frustrated because you got some parents got more than one kid. They might have five, they might have four, whatever the case might be. That might be frustrated when the kid come in. They don't want to talk to them, or they might be work too hard, or whatever the case might be. You'll throw their kid, you'll throw your kid off. Well, shit, they ain't got time for me. You know what I'm saying? Why would I?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no sense in me going home. Anybody got time for me?
Right.
We
You
got
know?
this saying, don't we?
Yeah.
Um, plug in or plug out. Flip that. Plug out the system and plug into the people. Because we plug into a system.
You got a lot of background noise, K Dog.
Let me see what I can do.
Yeah, that work better. Go ahead.
Uh,
Yeah,
can you hear me?
oh yeah, you good now. You good. You good
Oh,
now.
okay. And I only say that because we do say plug in or plug out, and it's like, and it ain't got nothing to do with no street situation. If we actually thinking about this thing, we keep saying plug into society.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When we say plug in or plug out, we say plug into society or just be these street people that they done made you, right? So
Right.
I say plug out of the system of a society narrative that's
Mm-hmm.
not best for us and plug into the people. who
Yeah.
are better to us and who can actually teach us how to actually elevate us all by their
Right.
wants and things like that. The Most High say, "Ask and you shall receive."
Receive. Yep.
Everybody praying for something
Yep.
big, and I'm not saying don't pray. Yes, pray. Pray for your well-being.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But ask the Most High for substance.
Yeah.
And the only way to subsidize ourselves is to get in touch and in tune with ourselves by plugging into ourselves.
Right. Right.
We
Yeah.
know what the problem is. What we gonna do about it?
Yeah. You're right.
Cause it's mental now, for real, for real. I'm glad you did this mental awareness thing, because everything we speak on has something to do with the mentality of man. That's a mental situation.
Hmm. We doing this all month. You know what I'm saying? Because this is serious. As older as we get, if we don't talk, if we don't put this out there, if you know what I'm saying, well, and believe me, we have conversations for the people that listen. We have conversations outside of the radio, outside of the podcast as men. We talk as men. You know, I reach
Yeah.
out to different people. Hey, bro, you straight? You know, hey, bro, you cool? You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know, if something going on, you know, we want to know. I take the initiative to at least ask. Hey, bro, you cool? You straight? You know what I'm saying? You know, just to see where, you know, man, somebody might just, you never know, just break down and just start talking to you, man. I got this going on, that going on, bro. And that hand on that shoulder, bro, it's gonna be all right. Even if you just stop in mid conversation, whatever somebody going through, just start praying. Ask the Most High to touch whatever going on inside the person.
Hmm.
Calm that beast down. You feel what I'm saying? That inner beast, because it's in us all. We
You
all
got
got that we all got that gorilla.
Yeah, it's right. But now, like I say, I'm gonna share with the public. You know what I'm saying? My mental state. 1987. I was number 17 years old. Went into the
mm-hmm.
most 1987. 17 years old. I went into the most dangerous prison in the state of Mississippi at 17 years old. You know what I'm saying? I think that's where my mental stage went. That's how I took a mental stage, because I knew then at 17 years old, 1987, at 17 years old, that I had to go in here with a whole new different mindset.
Mm-hmm.
I had to go into the prison with a whole different mindset. Cause the mindset I had before I went in, it was more on a childish type thing. It wasn't like, what I'm saying, hey, but I knew I had to go in and change my whole dynamic. How I enter myself into the prison system at a young age, you know what I'm saying? So my change of my mentality for seeing how I wasn't gonna be the victim to whatever they had going on. Instead of being a victim, man, I'm gonna be victorious, cause I'm going in here like, hey, I got 4,000 years, you know what I'm saying? And it is what it is, you know. So then as I grow up, and I seen how, some of these teenagers on my age were getting abused by bigger guys, and how they ain't have that ability to grab, to protect themselves. You know what I'm saying? That mental stage, the prison system really changed my mental complexity, or how I carry myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Through the years that I did in the prison system, into, what I'm saying, how I'm out here now. It's a whole different. Now I had to change my mindset. But when I enter back out to the prison to in here, cause a lot of people, I hear a lot of people say they how they put it, institutionalized, right? I ain't never understood what the institutionalized is, but I got to feel you still, you do the same thing that you've been doing when you first got out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to do crazy stuff, still have put spoons in my back pockets and knife. You know what I'm saying? I'm carrying a knife. They said we ain't doing this knife stuff out here, Capone. You gotta get you something else. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the so I had
Pray
to,
at you the last time.
yeah. So when I did them to 18, when I came back out here, it was kind of different, right? So I had to get my mindset back to another, I had to set my mindset to another way. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
couldn't live the prison way because y'all out here, y'all wasn't living no prison way. I'm got life and y'all got pistols. That ain't working.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Uh, it just the mentality, bro. I mean, it was different. It was just a different
Is
thing.
you
Huh?
is you saying like the things that we
Say what
uh,
now?
did when we that we picked up, even though it's unconsciously because of our own survival tactics and where we've been or the environment? Do we hold ourselves for what we were showing them, even if we went the right way? Do we still hold ourselves accountable for even showing them how to survive in that kind of manner?
Still to at least give them a choice. You see what I'm
Mm.
saying? We got opportunity to give them a choice. You know what I'm saying? Because we have experienced the bad and the good. We have experienced the outside and inside. So we do have a ability to give them a choice. Say, look here, you don't want to go this way, this way here because I didn't did this. You might not
Right.
be as strong as in the mental ways that I was. You know what I'm saying? In here, a lot of people, don't get me wrong. A lot of people in prison that went to prison ain't really go through nothing because majority of them were protected anyway. So everybody
Mm.
that went to prison didn't go through the same thing that the next person went through in the prison. So I'm
Grew
gonna
up
get that
early.
out. Huh?
We grew up early.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
The civil rights movement. So everything from the 60s and the 70s and the 50s and stuff like that was embedded in us in teaching. So by the time some of us was 5, 6, 7 years old, 8, 9, 10 years old, we was acting like we was 16, 17 years old because we was still going off the backbone of them civil right errors. So our people was instilling in us certain situations to grow up. That's how a lot of these was created to be able to back on civil rights movement, or the civil rights movement, taught the right way. We became blinded by, like I said, things we seen, and we tried to aspire to become what we seen. A slave didn't want nothing in his master house until he seen it. You know what I mean? Wow, this house looks good. Now we all trying to strive to live like the slave master. So we still become slaves to a system that we trying to catch up to. And then we grow up so early in life. You grew up with a different mentality at 17, going in the penitentiary with people that's probably been there since 1960 something. All in Mississippi? Man, that was Jim Crow all over again in prison.
Yep.
Exactly. I mean,
They
like I
created
say,
they created them prisons because after they released us so called from slavery, then that's when
Hmm.
they came with the black clothes and then they
Yeah.
came up with the amendment to the Constitution that neither slavery nor voluntary involuntary servitude would be, lawful unless you committed a crime. So they
So
made it a crime to jaywalk if you spit on the sidewalk, if you just threw down a piece of paper. They locked up so many blacks just for that, so they can put them on them in the penitentiaries and on them farms to do the work to harvest the crops. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you said, it's a system,
brothers
man.
locked up, brothers and sisters and things like that locked up from them time frame. Okay, I know people in Ohio that's been locked up for 35 years for certain crimes back then that they was given that kind of time frame that they given 5 years for now and they still won't let them go.
Right,
The
right,
energy that's going on all over the world. I get 10 years for a murder. This man been locked up since 1955 for a murder, 80 years old, and you won't let him go. But I just got 10 for it.
yeah, yeah,
That's why I said the law so messed up, man. You get less time for murder. You get
Yeah,
more time for selling dope. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And the crazy thing is they're a part of it.
they bring it in, but they lock you up
That's
for
what I was just finna say. They set the rule. They put out the plan. They set the rules and say, okay. we gonna give you this. It's just like the game of Monopoly. You know what I'm saying? I was real good at Monopoly. You know what I'm saying? Because I understood the concept of, you know what I'm saying? And they make and it's the same concept. Either you got it or you don't. You're gonna get charged a high interest rate at the bank because you can't get a loan, you can't get this, you don't get no get out of jail free card unless you tied in with this or tied in with that. So the laws, mental, it's
Hmm.
I mean
Yeah,
everything. I feel like everything tied into each other. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
It
it
is.
is.
yeah.
You
I,
know they playing a mean game of chess. They playing a mean game of chess.
Oh yeah, and they got us out here, you know, arguing over. We were just talking about this yesterday. They playing chess, but they got us, black, not
Oh, yeah.
us, you know, us, but black people. We are, we have been replaced by the Mexicans as far as being the last. We the last group, and they
Yep.
got us arguing about
Mhm.
whether we want Donald Trump or if we want Joe Biden. It's kind of like arguing about whether we want the devil or the witch. You know what I'm saying? You know, which was the lesser of two evils. You know,
Yeah.
why do we always have to argue over the lesser of two evils? You know what I'm saying?
Because
Well,
we the ones that keep don't want to fight for our own dang on government. But everything in the UN that's out here, even with the UN embassies or the embassies of America, every race on the planet got their own situation up in the embassy except black folks. And
Except
that's
for
because
us.
yeah.
Except for us,
that's
because we keep
'cause
saying we
black.
black. Just
We,
like Capone said earlier, they got so many divisions. You know what I'm saying? You got this organization, you got this organization, you got a three-letter Mason, you got a four-letter Mason, you got a Vice Lord, you got a gangster, you got a Crip, you got a
Yeah.
Pyro. They got so many divisions that they got us choosing from that we can't even come together and say, hey, we ain't black. You know what I'm saying? We can't even claim our own nationality, so that we could put ourselves in a proper position to be outside of the law and outside of the matrix. You know what I'm saying?
And,
But we
and
keep saying we black and including ourselves into that game.
well, to pick it back off of what you're saying too, you got it. Not only is it in the organizations, but it's in what they call quote unquote the church. You got
Right?
Protestants,
Oh,
you got Baptists, you got primitive
yeah.
Baptists, you got
Everything,
you know what I'm
everything.
saying. Like them
Yep.
comedians are joking, say welcome to the first Ebenezer Church of Saint John and Luke and Adam and Eve and all that. You got all these names that describe
Yeah,
one
yeah,
thing, one
yep,
entity. We
yep,
all are under one God. It's one God. No matter if you represent this, that, or the other, it's still one. It all leads back to the number one.
yep.
And that but
and social media ain't did nothing but create a separation tool for all the people to look at each other according to what they do and their character and decide if we want to deal with them or not. I
it,
stopped being your friend on social media and in real life just because of what I seen on your Facebook page. You feel
right.
what I mean?
It creates
Yeah,
judgmental
yeah,
personalities.
It
yeah,
ain't got
It
nothing
yep,
to do
creates it
yep,
creates
something to do with judging and separation.
That's
yep,
true. That's
yep,
true. That's
yep.
true. That's true. It's so crazy that it's put in that perspective, and mentally that'll throw somebody off because you looking at one thing, you got this group being judgmental because this
Okay.
religion don't want nobody to show, women can't show their face, but then you got the other one where women in church wearing, club clothes. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying? But
yeah,
now, mind you, everybody worshiping the same God.
yeah. And they got you looking outward, but God is in.
In, right, right. So they
God is
taking the
in.
in out, out, in. Everything's
In.
inverted. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, yep. Everything is inverted. Just like I was telling the guy,
People say God
you know,
is the
when you look at that, when you
truth.
look at that, like a just say just all the it's all about universal laws that
Mhm.
as above so below,
Yeah,
in and out, they're good and bad, the yin and yang. You can't have one without the other. You know what I'm saying? Those are laws that cannot be broken.
right.
All
Yeah,
Mhm.
those universal laws, you know what I'm saying? And you got a pyramid pointing upward, a pyramid pointing down, that macabre, that's the vehicle that those use to move around. And that's what I was telling my partner. I said, man, I believe that Mr. Larry Hoover understood that about that 6 point star, that it was the macabre, that Thoth used to move around in different, to go to different dimensions. And that's why they won't let him be with the people, because he understood that sacred knowledge.
Yeah.
He
So
really
because
got
it
that. He
involves
really got that.
everybody.
It involves everybody.
Everybody,
It
because
involves everybody.
each
I
point of that
told
star points in a
not
direction.
to go.
Right, right,
The old
right,
man.
right.
I told somebody not too long ago that Mr. Larry Hoover didn't get locked up because of that indictment. He got locked up because of the blueprint. And there was only a certain amount of pages in the blueprint that we got, but there was way more than just them kind of pages in there. Like he exposed the skull and bones. He exposed everything. He exposed why we don't ride under the fire because of the feminine situation of a woman, and we hold her up high. So that's why the six is above it or something like that in that category. But you can't get six without having that in you. So you can't have a man without a woman and a woman without a man because we create each other.
Right.
And
He
That's
that's the
that
only way
balance.
we can get here.
The
And
spiritual balance.
the
the
spiritual
spirit
balance, and he
and
understood, that the only way you're gonna get to this plane is through a woman.
Yeah.
he
That's the
understood
only
Right.
way.
That's the
That's the
vessel
only way you're
used.
gonna
Right.
get there.
Right.
That's the vessel that's used. And that 5 point star, it represents the feminine, like you said, because of the triangle that's going downward.
that
That
down.
represents and how that star is made. That represents her I guess her reproductive organs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Her
saying?
life.
Because the Egyptians understood that it wasn't different gods, but the different organs in the body represented the different aspects of what that Most High is. You know what I'm saying? And when Thoth would go, Hermes Trismegistus, when he would go from the third dimension to the 10th dimension to the fifth dimension, and he would reincarnate and make another avatar so that he could be here another 100 years, he would use that Merkaba, which is made just like that 6 point star.
Yeah.
Or
Man, it's
because
so deep, man.
it used to be a spear. It used to be the spear with the power to enforce things because nature is female and male too, according to
Yeah,
the trees and the things of that
yeah,
nature. You have to understand when they said those who will be last will be first, and those who first will be last. Who was first here? The animals, the nature, the waters, the trees. Everything was here before us. So
yeah.
you have to understand what's going on, and we don't take care
Well,
of the animals.
us, is for us as far as this body, but the soul, you've done this millions of times.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
sir.
that.
You have done this millions of times, and you either come back here or you go to another dimension, and then you get a soul contract, and you choose to come back here, and you choose your parents. You know what I'm saying?
Believe
And that kind of knowledge right there, that kind of knowledge, they could not let Mr. Hoover stay out here in this world and impart that knowledge on black people and wake them up, because they would no longer be able to control us as a people and as a
yeah.
race if we know exactly who we are. And if you
They
could let and if we could all come together, whether no matter what you are, no matter what you claim or represent, you know what I'm saying? If you look at that Masonic emblem, I tell them all the time, that Masonic emblem I represent, it's not for the Masons. That's a compass and a square. Those are universal laws. That 6 point star don't belong to growth and development. That's universal laws. That 5 point star don't belong to the Almighty Vice Lord Nation. That's universal laws. And if all of us could come together and sit down and say, hey, this
the
is what I
thing
know, this is what I know, man, the knowledge would be overwhelming, man. It
the
would be
thing about
overwhelming,
all
and we could get back to God status.
Yeah.
the thing about all that knowledge is that when you adopt all that knowledge, you take on that knowledge and it does become yours. That's why old
Yeah,
man, did what they did with
yep,
having belong to growth and development. Because if you understand the literature of all that stuff, we borrowed literature from things. This is how intelligent compass came about with that situation. We
yeah,
borrowed
yeah,
all the lit that we have. That's why some people
yeah.
call it
We borrowed
the Star of David. I call it the Shield of David.
Right.
it.
Okay.
Right,
Right.
right,
Right.
right, right.
Right.
Like I say, I never wanted, I never tried to be. like an imposter or try to act like I know when I didn't know because y'all was showing me. But I just searched for the truth. I
we
just
was
Yeah,
searched for the
we
truth,
was
man.
just talking about that. We were
Yeah,
just talking about that. Me and OG
yeah,
was just talking about that earlier about people, mentally. And then again, it all goes back to mentally. Just be yourself.
yeah, yeah.
If
That's
you
all I
if
can
you
be.
don't know
Me,
clearly, just say, hey man,
I don't.
I'm familiar, but
Yeah,
never just say you just know.
right,
I
right,
know.
right. Yeah,
what's
Because
that?
yeah,
we never get to a point where we're always learning and evolving as human beings, as from spirit, mind, body, and spirit as one. We're always evolving, we're always learning, we're always in process. The process
right.
really never stops. Even after death, you're still in process.
Still learning. Yeah,
You're still
yeah,
learning, you're still in process
still learning.
because
But that
it's
brother
up.
said if we all come together under them terms and we can get back to the God in us and stuff like that. We did that in 1978 when we became the Brothers of the Struggle.
Yeah.
And that's what Mr. Benny Lee. Well, I call him Unc, but Benny Lee told me that he came. I met him a few years ago when he came to a funeral here, and me and him just got to chopping it up. I was asking him about being, mentor, uh, like mentor advice about being a mentor, and then that's when he was telling me about his story about when he was in Pontiac prison with Mr. Larry Hoover and all the other guys, the other tribes, and they actually came up with they was the original brothers of the struggle. And man, it was deep, man. He blew my
Now,
mind, man.
if I can tell you why the streets right now did not adopt, because you got to think the Gangster Disciple lit and things like that go from the all that came out 1981. Brothers of the Struggle was in 1978. The reason why they didn't all, and this is my opinion, because I know the brother that actually got out the penitentiary and was trying to produce it all over the city, so the whole city and everything in the world can become Brothers of the Struggle. A lot of the brothers under the nickel, when fam was like, "What's up, Brother of the Struggle?" People was like, "Man, that ain't ours. That's y'all stuff." So we kept it.
Yeah.
Right,
But
right,
you
Yeah.
don't mean that them brothers is that's why I always tell people that brother means something. We kept it because they denied it on the streets, but it's gonna always be together within the penitentiary system and those who know the business for real. The brothers of
Mhm.
the structure was first. That 5 and that 6 means something. That whosoever disrespect that in that structure, then I got something to say to them.
right.
Fact.
Gotcha. I feel
Fact.
that. I
Yeah.
feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that.
He
It's
gonna
like I
have a
say,
lot of
it's
people gonna have a lot more people to answer to if they
yeah.
disrespect.
Right, right, right. Because see, you got people like you got people who are
No,
kings, man, and gods that knew who they was, and they tried to give it to the people. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was Mr. Larry Hoover, whether it was King David, which is who's right there, who grew up right down the street from where I'm from, um,
Mhm.
right?
and
Mhm.
and and like Prince Hall, who actually got masonry for black people, you know what I'm saying? And Noble Drew Ali, the brother who started the Five Percenters, you know what I'm saying? The Father Clarence. Man,
They
we done had so many brothers, man, that tried to bring that knowledge and give us knowledge itself, you know?
But see, turn Prince Hall knowledge into that old Illuminati situations of cultivating us into being actors and things like that. Most of the Prince Hall Masons that celebrities and shit misleading us.
Well, that's what
Well,
they
well,
want to
well.
do. They
See, that's
want
a
to make
yeah,
it like
yeah,
a
yeah. See,
cult.
that's
They,
a totally different. That's a totally different thing right there. That's
yeah,
a
they
totally
want to
different
make it
thing.
look like it's a
They
cult.
just yeah, yeah. That's that. That's
Yeah, they
that.
want to make that.
That's
Yeah,
that. That's still part of that anti-Masonic movement. Because
yeah.
see, when you look at masonry, if you look at King Solomon's temple, it's not an actual temple. He was teaching you the esoteric knowledge about building a man and building yourself to be a better man. And see, that's not just Masonic. That goes back to the ancient Druids. That goes back to the Dracos. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Which they always take our knowledge and try to make it negative by calling it a gun, or automatic weapon, but a Draco, the Draconians, because we're not from this star system. And Masonry teaches you, if you go into deep into Masonry, go deep into any organization. Like I said, that from Mr. Hoover to Prince Hall, Noble Drew Ali, Malcolm X, all of those guys, if you really look into it, that pyramid is pointing to a place where we're from is 2.5 billion stones in that pyramid. They weigh 2.5 thousand pounds apiece. And when you get those numbers and you can look at the trajectory, the trajectory of where it's pointing to, that it points back to the Pleiades, and that's where we're from. We started from there and were placed here.
Right.
And see, that's what they don't want you to know. That's what they don't want you to find out. They just want you to think that you're from Africa, and they don't want you to know that the pyramid started in America.
Yeah.
The pyramid started in America, and they built them over there. We are Moors. We are indigenous to this land by birth, and all the wealth that have it belongs to you. It
Mm-hmm.
belongs to Capone. It belongs to all the brothers that's on this podcast right now.
Mm-hmm.
The so-called black people own they we own that wealth. But as
Right.
long as we keep saying we black, and that's why they want to get us out of position and trick us from knowing who we are. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I say they want to say masonry is an occult, it's devil worshiping. But no, they just don't want you to dig off into their knowledge and search and find out who you really are. So they try to make it seem like it's wrong.
Yeah, it is a lot of that out there in the industry.
Yeah,
They that it's
yeah.
just anti. It's an anti movement, and you
Right.
give them the time.
Anti-Masonic movement. Yeah.
Right. Well, you got to think about it on. I know it's
Well,
that.
not just on that level, but the ones who actually started the movement, they were higher up Masons who couldn't get the knowledge that they were requesting. So they went against it, and then the church started going against those people. Adam Weishaupt, all of those
Hmm.
people, they were actually evil people who got a
Hmm.
hold to the knowledge. And like it says, if you get the right knowledge in the wrong hands, it can be
It,
detrimental to you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
well, the devil know the Bible too. The devil know the
Right,
Quran.
right, right,
So you know what
right.
I'm saying, and you mixing all of these together, like people don't get it. You know what I'm saying? They don't get it.
Yeah,
In the industry with everything I say, everything go back to anti. And reason why I say anti because of anti-Christ, anti this, anti that. It's one anti. It still all leads back to the number one. The first point on everything it go back to one. You know what I'm saying? It's one God,
yeah,
one knowledge. The
yeah,
data, you know what I'm saying? It all goes back to the number one.
yeah. Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
And that one is you because the
Yep.
Christ, the Christ that they're talking about
Yep.
is that
It's you.
Christ energy that comes up your spine with the cerebral fluid that comes
Yep.
up and tries to
But you hit it
activate
right
your
on the
pineal
head.
gland, right? And so
You hit
that's
it
the
right on the
Christ
head.
that they're talking about, but they don't want you to know that it's you and that it's in you,
Mm-hmm.
but they want you to think that it's somebody else, but they won't let you know that those 33 vertebrae that's going up your spine is who they're saying is an actual man that lived and died on the cross, but it actually died when the sun dies in the winter and it comes back every time. And it said that Judas betrayed him with a kiss. That's Scorpio.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
sign of Scorpio. It's all about that zodiac.
Yeah.
It's all
Yeah.
about that zodiac, brother.
OG, you want to jump in and say something? I know you over there.
No, no, y'all go ahead, with that stuff, I ain't that deep when it come down to the old religion type stuff,
Well, it's not. I mean, it's not so
I
much
try to stay
religion.
away from,
You know what I'm
what I'm
saying?
saying?
I mean, a little bit about me. You know what I'm saying? I read like I used to drive trucks over the road, so I read the Bible a lot. I mean, I stayed in it. I read verses, read stuff out the Bible, and I learned that reading the Bible, a lot of that has to pertain to present day stuff that's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? Certain parables, certain metaphors, certain scriptures, certain things jump out in the stories that were written. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it plays a big part into what we doing now with mental health awareness, bringing awareness
Right,
to
right.
mind, body, and soul. Like he was talking about the cerebral. It was a show where they was talking about the soul, how your soul, mind, body, flesh, spirit, in the cerebral area of the brain is where the soul lies. Because that's why they say the eyes are the gateway to the soul. And the
Right.
soul sit right there. You know what I'm saying? So it plays, like I said, this all plays a part in mental health. A lot of people don't know that. Well, how, I got asked questions about, well, some young guys asked me, they was in their 20s, asked me about the Bible, and, well, what does this mean, and what does that mean, and what does this mean, and that, so forth and so on. And I had to answer these questions in modesty that I didn't know it all, and I had to tell them, I said, if you want to really know what it means, read it for yourself, and then go ask God about it. I
Yeah.
can only tell you from my experiences of what I've been through personally, per se, of what I've been through mentally in that capacity. You know what I'm saying? So I
Right.
feel the
I got
brother what you were saying, Mr. Foster, about how everything ties in together, the yin and the yang, the good and the bad. You know what I'm
you. Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Because it's
Yeah.
all because like you said, it all goes back to the one. You know, there's one universal energy, and our soul comes from that. It
Mm-hmm.
comes from that one. It comes from that one life force,
Mm-hmm.
and it's only one. And we are all a part of. We are all that life force that came here and took on this physical avatar, so that we could gather information and send it back to that source.
Mm-hmm.
And so when it says God came down in a body and his name was Jesus, that's us.
Yeah.
That's us. You
Yeah.
know, it's us. We are all God in this physical form, experiencing life on this third dimensional plane. Now
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where that one source, I don't know what dimension that source is in. I don't know if it's in the 10th, 11th. They say it's 11, but it could very well be 360 dimensions. It could be
Yeah.
720 dimensions. It could be
Yeah.
1440 dimensions. You know, we just never know. But for us to have a soul and it be eternal and never die, then we have to have done this millions, probably
Times before.
trillions of
Yeah.
times, you know, coming here and getting information to send back to the source, you know,
Mm-hmm.
which is well, like you said, it's that one source that we
Yep.
are all a part of, you know, and it's one God, and he has to experience this in a physical body because
Mm-hmm.
the soul can't be this low and vibrate on this low of a dimension, which is the third density.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Uh, okay. What I want to say, I know, cause time I almost about to end, but that on this back to what I was saying on mental awareness. How I can do a person. How the mental thing is really dealing with a whole lot of stuff that's around you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Me, like I said, I dealt with my mental thing from a child on to the prison to the street. You know, I went through certain stages. The stuff out here now, I don't know if we can just point our fingers at the entertainers or the peoples in general. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think we need to just we as neighbors as peoples, man. I think we need to do better in our communities. And 'cause I try to get these persons to see, even the dope guys, even the guys that call themselves got leadership and all that. Y'all got to understand one thing. Y'all got kids out here too.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
Absolutely.
I mean, don't think y'all kids are safe too. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause y'all kids out here in the street. Don't forget that. And,
Mm-hmm.
and, and y'all think, just because y'all entice our kids, somebody might be enticing your kids later on too. So
Yeah.
don't. I mean, we need to think on not just about our kids, but everybody's kids in general. You know what I'm saying? And these parents, these grown ups, you on here hating on one another and just because that female. I mean, the hatred, the material stuff is what killing us. Believe it or not, the material
Right.
stuff, man. I done seen some crazy stuff. How all these millionaires that I see that go to and buy all this old jewelry that they know. they know that the stuff is not real no way. 'Cause ain't nobody jumping in the bottom of the ocean getting all these diamonds and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
they ain't going
Yeah.
over Egypt and all that, you know what I'm saying? Looking in the pyramid for gold and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So y'all trying to tell me all these know y'all paying $1 million for a little custom made stuff that little folks can put together. You get what I'm saying? Then not only that, bro, you got to look at. I mean, some of the ridiculous stuff that even in the black entertainers, they change the narrators. There ain't too many black entertainers, too many NBA sports fans that go with the same sex. They go with it's not a black thing. Once they make it, they go to the opposite. They don't even get a black female. Ain't half the athletes in the black community don't have a black wife. Very frequent.
Yeah.
I wonder why that, but when you were going to school, you was all in the black girl phase. But then when you
Yeah.
make it to the money side, you got that Instagram models. You forgot all about the
Pro-
black girls.
that's
You you,
programming. It's
you know what I'm saying?
programming. That's
Right?
programming.
Programming.
So
Yeah, that's
I mean,
programming.
I don't understand it that you know what I'm saying that the
That
narrative that changed is that's a method thing or uh uh how do that work? You know what I'm
well,
saying?
you got to look at the simple phrase. For every action, there's a reaction.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? An NBA player start out with a black woman, and he get up there and get all that money. So the narrative he putting out there is to anybody else that want to be an athlete or whatever, whatnot, actor, entertainer. That I struggle with the black woman, but then when I get up here, I'm gonna go and get me a white woman. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they keep
Yeah.
presenting that to they put it in our faces like that, and
Yeah.
so it's
Like that's true success. Once you get up there, you get the white girl or
yeah,
something.
and it always ends in a damn scandal. If the narrative is the same, it's so if you
Man.
it I mean we get
Yeah.
down to the last few minutes of
Yeah.
the show. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that's a whole
Yeah.
nother topic we're gonna talk about on next Sunday. We're gonna
Yeah.
discuss more about mental health awareness, you know what I'm saying? And I know OG got some more questions. We're gonna come up with some more scenarios for the people. We want to thank all the people that came into the podcast today. Came in, hung out with us, you know what I'm saying? Mr. Foster, KD, OG, Creekwater, you know what I'm saying? The ladies that came in, we want to thank y'all too for tuning in. And please, 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 please reach out to somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Mental health awareness month, Eagle Flight Entertainment Corporation, Solution Radio, and the Eagle Flight Radio Network are all standing with that. The big we are standing with that. A lot of other programs and people that are connected with us are also standing out there. We're AGE, LRE. We all standing on mental health awareness. This is an important topic for all the people that's out there. So, any shots out y'all want to give out today before we close up?
Well, me personally, you know what I'm saying? I just want to give a shout out to, you got we holding a special events down here in Huntsville, Alabama soon. A community, Big Wee community fundraiser, you know what I'm saying, in Huntsville, Alabama. Probably next month. The date ain't been confirmed. And I like to salute all of, you know, but everybody. I ain't just gonna put one specific group. But I want to salute all, got to keep the parents, y'all. I mean, y'all parents, man, play, please pay close attention to your kids, man. That's all I want you to do. I mean,
Yeah.
y'all pay close attention to your kids, man. Maybe some of them stay out of jail in the graveyard. Man. You know what I'm saying? I
Mhm.
mean, we got to do. Parents, please do better with the kids. Please pay attention to them. That's all I got to say.
Mr. Foster, you got any shots out you want to send out?
Uh, Man, I just want to send out prayers to the families of Capone. They said that in the last 2 weeks, last month, man, he witnessed so many deaths and burials, man. I just want to send prayers out to those families, man,
Oh,
to
yeah.
those mothers and fathers and aunts and uncles and family members who have lost those loved ones that have transitioned due to senseless violence, man.
Right, right. Stop the violence.
Yes,
Creek,
sir.
Creek Water. You got something you want to kick in there?
Yeah, man. Shout out to Eagle Flight, man. Empire, the whole movement. I know I wasn't saying that y'all see my face on here. I wasn't saying much, but it was a good show. You know what I'm saying? I
Oh
don't
yeah.
like to interrupt. It was a very deep conversation. I enjoyed it. And I just had a couple thoughts on I enjoyed you talking about the young people, how they don't have a care for the life and how they're killing each other. But we y'all talked about reincarnation and
Hmm.
how we done this before. And I was just thinking like, maybe this is the time period to where the young people they got a different type of soul, it's a different type of energy with them where they don't want to deal with this life and they just know it's not like the way it's supposed to be. Maybe it's not what they signed up for when they got down here because the word kind of late. It's like, hey, it's gonna be this, we doing that. But when they get down here, it's a different thing. Coming back,
Hmm.
you know,
Hmm.
with baby brain or whatever here, and it's different.
Yeah,
So
right.
the conversation was real deep to me. So I enjoyed it, man.
Oh yeah.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the show last week, the week before that, the week
Oh, we
before
gonna.
that. I enjoy all the guests on here that's talking, and it's very eye opening and mind unraveling.
Hmm.
Just sitting here listening to. So I mean, I wasn't trying to be funny enough by not talking, but I just love to listen before I speak. So that's just my personality. So
Uh, ain't nothing wrong
oh
with
yeah,
that.
about the six
Ain't nothing
pointed
wrong with that.
star and about the 6 pointed star and how y'all broke that down with. I kind of knew myself, but it's just also good to know that other people is like thinking about it and it's like a like mindness that's going on right now in today's time. So I
Mhm.
think it looked worse, but I feel like it's getting better because those people coming back. Them young people that killing each other, they coming back. So we ain't
Yeah,
got nothing to worry
yeah,
about.
They gonna
yeah,
try it again in a
yeah.
different body. Yeah,
And
they
yeah.
go,
and
they trying
the
it again.
brother Creekwater, I'm glad you said that about they got a different soul
They
because
do.
Dr. Delbert Blair did a lecture. It just came to my mind. He did a lecture years ago. He said the generation that's gonna come, uh, they have. He called the soul something, but he said they have a soul to fight. He said
Mhm.
they have a soul to fight. And when you said that about the different soul, it made me think about that lecture. I'm gonna try to find it, but it's Dr. Deborah Blair, and he said these youngsters coming up, they're gonna have a soul for fighting. They're
Right.
gonna have a soul to fighting. I don't
Right.
know if it's a
Right. Yeah.
oh man, it's a man, I don't it ain't chameleon, but it's something
Talking about the
uh,
indigo children.
indigo children. He said the
Hmm.
indigos, and he was talking about them, and he
Hmm.
said they got a soul to fight.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
really don't care nothing about this material stuff like that. They don't care nothing about the
right.
celebrity, the material. They don't care nothing about none of this stuff.
Yep.
Mhm.
Oh, and then I mean, shit, you even say, going back to the industry when Tupac was talking about, if you kill me, you don't want to see the next person and how they gonna be.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Yep.
Right.
I
Reincarnation
mean, it
is
was a
real.
lot of gems and jewels
Yep.
that was dropped on this show. A lot of them,
Absolutely. And we're gonna
absolutely.
continue, we're gonna continue to drop jewels and gems on these people out here in the world because they need to be woken up. That's why we got the Solution Radio podcast show, you know what I'm saying? And we still keeping the agenda alive by, educating and entertaining in the same aspect, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
want
yeah.
I want to jump in there. We got about 3 minutes left in the show. Salute to the whole team. You know what I'm saying? EFE, Empire, LRE, AGE, you know what I'm saying? The family, we all up in there. We're going to continue to give y'all good content. We're going to bring it to you. Tune in next Sunday. We'll be right here, same time, same place, 6 p.m. We're going to have the mental health awareness part 3 coming up next Sunday. We're going to have some more people on and we're going to chop it up some more. You know what I'm saying? Drop some more gems. Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
for everybody
Yeah,
that's
what
listening
what
on
you said?
Live
All is
360.
mental.
It's
All is
everything's
mental.
mental.
Universe is
Everything has to
mind.
do with the
Yeah,
brain. Everything has to do with the
yeah,
brain.
yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? We want to thank all the listeners from Live 365 for timing in. If they was listening, appreciate y'all. Keep tuning in. Keep the ratings up.
YouTube.
YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Facebook, if you're tuning in. We thank everybody for coming in. And, you know what I'm saying? Thank God for allowing us to being able to come together and talk like we are. You know what I'm saying? Be able to spread all the information that we've been given. With that being said, next Sunday, y'all make sure y'all be here. You know what I'm saying? It's going down.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, we gonna get out of here, man. Y'all have a great day, great Sunday, great week. We'll see y'all next week, man. Peace, love.
Peace and love. Peace and blessings.
Yes, sir.
Until my enemy choke a slug. Until my same vein blowers keep on showing love. Until you catch up or you next up on the T.O.P. Cause we gon' represent until the day they bury these. This one for Jacks who be Haitian, who wanna play at my station. I'm landing standing ovation. Oh, I'm down with the nation. A taste, I'm waiting to shock out. Make a sucker get harder. Black gon' do what I gotta to melt you lemons like lava. If you can stand like a man, then black could give you a chance. But see, you can't, so please, I ain't as me and gangsta advance. We tracking Trizac for track with Parkway love on our back. We waking, shaking, might just make it, and we ain't turning back. And adversaries out platinum, black pockets out fathom. Gold and silver might be nearer, but we planning on platinum. You pitch it up on the strip. I bitch them blunts to my lips. And fly don't dig what they done dug, but that